It's estimated 1 in 13 kids in the United States has a food allergy, and those allergies put them at risk for life-threatening reactions. So, how do you respond with kids in school? Well, EpiPen for Schools is marking their 3rd anniversary, and here with more on how it helps is pediatrician and food allergy expert Dr. Ruchi Gupta. How are you, doctor?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing very well. Let's talk about this. It's called anaphylaxis. What is it, and how do we recognize it?
Anaphylaxis is a life-threatening allergic reaction that happens very rapidly. And one of the main triggers for anaphylaxis is food, so food allergies. And as you mentioned, food allergies affects about 1 in 13 kids in the United States. So going back to school, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
That's about 2 in every classroom. So it's a very important thing. Now, how do we recognize it? That's a great question. So these allergic reactions can go from mild, just hives or a rash, to progressing very quickly into trouble breathing, vomiting, throat closing, drop in blood pressure. So it's very important to be able to recognize it immediately.
What are some of the common misconceptions about potentially life-threatening or severe allergy?
A couple misconceptions include just the word allergy. You know, food allergies are very different from hay fever or environmental allergies.
Yeah.
They do more than, the congestion, runny nose type of symptoms. They actually, like we said, can be very severe and involve any organ system of the body. So that's really important to note. The other really important thing is for food allergies, unlike hay fever, we don't have any treatments. We don't have medicines that kids can take on a daily basis to decrease the symptoms. We have currently no treatment or cure. So what we really need is awareness by the community, the schools, to really understand what the foods are, help them avoid the foods, and then know what to do in case of an emergency.
No question. I know for children this must be pretty difficult living with severe allergy, but for the parents of these children, my goodness, to send them off for the school year and be like, stay away from this, stay away from that. How do you prepare a parent for that?
Oh, that's actually an excellent question. I'm a parent of a child with food allergy myself, so I have a lot of experience in that. Parents need to just be as prepared. You need to talk to your child. Make sure your child is their own self-advocate, depending on their age. Make sure they know to be careful and ask about what's in foods and not eat anything that is not familiar to them. Then it's important for parents to work with their doctors, get an emergency anaphylaxis action plan. Now, this plan should stay with the child and it should go to the school. They need to talk to the school about, in case of an emergency, the school needs to be trained on what to do. How do you administer an EpiPen and when do you administer an EpiPen? And, making sure they have a plan in place in case something were to happen in school.
Well, speaking of happening
but
in
it
school,
is very scary.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of happening in school, we're in the 3rd anniversary now of EpiPen for Schools. What is this exactly? What does it offer?
Yes. So the EpiPen for Schools program is a program sponsored by Mylan, and it gives schools free EpiPen auto-injectors. So if a school, currently about 47 states have some kind of legislation that encourages schools to have these stock EpiPens. And so schools can use them in case of an emergency, in case a kid forgot theirs, or in case of a kid who didn't even know they had a food allergy but tried something new in school. So it's really important for schools to have these stock EpiPens, and this program allows them to have them for free. So on their website you can get not only the forms to get these free EpiPens in your school, but you can also get posters and a training video that will help train staff and teachers, and you can also get more safety information.
Doctor, that's fantastic news. It's great hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Prepare for that new school year by staying alert. You want more information about the EpiPen for Schools campaign? Just head to that website you see on your screen.